From the Crush Studio in sunny Florida, this is the Disney Crush Podcast. And now your two tempests in a teacup, Dave and Tony Ann.
On this week's The Disney Crush Podcast, it's a veritable potpourri of topics. Episode 437 of the Disney Crush Podcast starts right now. It's a potpourri, Dave. Not to be confused with a poopery.
No, that would be a smelly poopery.
Yeah.
Poopery is supposed to smell good. Yeah, Tony Ann, we talked about this earlier. What are we going to talk about tonight? Because if people don't know, we just got evacuated. There's a fire very close to us, and we had mandatory evacuations, so we had to get out. So we've been kind of scrambling, and we did a little bit. We both did a little bit of research for a show, and then we're like, okay, do we have enough? And we're like, what do you want to talk about? And I said, no, we're going to be spitballing it tonight. Spitball. Not like you spitball a baseball. What other kind of spitballing is there?
Oh, spitball in school. You would make a spitball at paper and you'd make a ball. You'd put paper in your mouth and you make a ball and you put in a straw and you like blow. Mm-hmm. You blow it up to the ceiling.
That's called spitballing?
That's a spitball.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I got these stupid popcorn ceilings. Every couple of years, Rich says, "Oh, we're gonna redo those. We're gonna get rid of all the popcorn ceilings," and we still haven't.
Yeah, I did that in our house. We have that old 1970. I think our house was built in 77, so we got the popcorn, and I did that. I scraped all that stuff down and skip troweled it all, made it look a little more up to date. And then, you know what? In 20 years from now, that'll be out of style too. And they'll be like, oh, they got the skip trowel up there now.
I remember I have a friend who moved into a house and she was so excited because it had terrazzo floors. And I was like, we covered up our terrazzo floors. We hated, those were very 1970s.
Yeah, don't tell Veronica that. She loves terrazzo floors.
Does she?
Oh, she loves them. Yeah. Oh, she had a house. She wants a house. If she built a new house, she'd want terrazzo floors.
My old house has terrazzo floors.
Yeah, and then you pull it up. They have carpet on it. You see they put the nails in for the tacks for the carpet. And it's all cracked and yeah. Mm-mm.
In my house growing up, they had wood floors and my parents covered it with carpet.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Mm. Well, somebody will buy that house and then they'll rip that carpet up and go, oh my gosh, look what's here.
Oh, they did. The people that moved into my parents' house afterwards, they put an addition on it. So now the driveway is on the side of the house. And yeah, it's very different when you look at it on Zillow, the house I grew up in. I still dream. Like when I have a dream, I live in that house, the house I grew up in. Even like Rich will be in the dream. I'll be living with my husband, but we're living in the house I grew up in.
Grew up in, how long were you there?
From 76 to 90.
Oh, so a good time. Oh, most of my majority
life.
Of your life. Yeah. Okay. Okay. We got to stop talking. We got to stop. We got to get to the subject because Rich is going to get mad that we're talking too much about nonsense.
He's in the other room eating dinner. He doesn't care.
Do you have any Facebook or any misconnections or anything?
I have a little Facebook.
She's got Facebook finally. On this week's The Good, The Bad, and The Ugly of Facebook. Bing! She's got a little bit of Facebook. Let's go, Tony Ann. Give it to us.
I thought I would share that Disney is cracking down on tracking families with kids under 3 getting in for free. My son turned 3 a few months ago. I didn't get him a pass yet, as the whole family is due for renewal next month, and I was going to get his pass then. He is quite small and doesn't really talk, so I thought I could get him in on our recent trip. He made it through the gate with no issues on 2 park days, and then on the 3rd day, we went to Epcot. My husband pushed him through the gate without issue, but when I scanned in, my entire ticket was blocked. After spending an hour at guest relations, I was told my account was flagged and they did research and figured out my son was over 3. So they blocked my pass. Just a public service announcement that they are watching you when you don't even realize it. Not looking for a debate. I am sure I am not the first one to get my kid in the first few months after he turned 3. She said they're cracking down on kids under 3 for free. Well, her kid isn't under 3. He's over 3. They're cracking down on people over 3 getting it.
They're watching. They're always watching.
They are, because you've set up a My Disney Experience account and you've put the kid's age. And so if her kid's been in the system for 4 years, he can't possibly be under 3.
Right. And with technology now, this whole AI stuff, if that was, let's just say this happened 10 years ago, or maybe even 5 years ago, they might not have even got flagged. But now with technology, and it's not like they're looking for that. It's just that AI has gotten so sophisticated, and Disney's using AI. I mean, they got to, they're going to spend billions of dollars on AI.
Yeah.
So they're using AI all the time. And what it's doing is it's that AI is just going through those, when you scan in, and it's looking for anything. It's like when you go on the computer sometimes and you're filling out stuff on there to go on maybe a new app or something. And then you get down the bottom and you're like, send. Okay, I'm done. Finish. Whatever it is. And then all of a sudden it says, sorry. And you're like, what? And you look back and there's a red mark that says you forgot to fill out. You forgot to fill out this part. So then, so that's what it is. It's just pulling up maybe something like that. And they call it a red flag. And then they look at it and go, oh, it's because it's their little kid. They should have left home. They brought it. And now they're going to have to pay for it.
Because Johnny's 7 and still getting it for free.
Yeah. So they're not like really trying to get you. It's just that now with AI, it's making it much easier for them to find stuff like that.
Right. But, I've never understood the whole idea that these families have to renew their passes all at the same time. Because especially if you're from out of state, that's a big lump. I'd rather renew my pass and then 6 months later renew Johnny's pass. And, because I'd rather spread it out a little bit. So I don't understand that. Why do you have to all expire at the same time? It doesn't matter. Yeah, me and Mike don't expire at the same time. His is in April. No, his is in October and mine is in April.
Tony Ann, that's really cool. I'd never even thought of that. You know what, Tony Ann, that's a good idea because that does kind of spread it out. You're right.
Yeah.
I never even thought of that.
Well, it made sense with Michael last year because he wasn't going back. When it expired in April, he wasn't going back until October. And I wasn't really sure when he was going back. I said, if he goes back in July, I'll buy it in July. It turned out he didn't go back till October. So I didn't pay for it for those months. So.
Well, our annual passes are up and we didn't renew. And because this is the time of year that we're coming into that we do a little bit of camping and we have other things going on and we don't really get into the park that much from this point on into the summer. And it could be 3 months.
Yeah.
It's hard for us not to go, but it could be 2 or 3 months before we get back in parks, especially with the heat. And then if we do go, we've been really talking about, because we talked about this on a previous podcast that we're always skipping Disney Springs and we adore Disney Springs. We love it. We love the live music. We love the vibe. We just love everything about it. And 90% of the time that we go, we say we're going to get to Disney Springs and we don't go. So we're like, you know what? We're going to commit ourselves to getting over there, maybe do some resort hopping and Disney Springs. So they better not check us to see if we're resort guests.
Yeah, that's the other thing that's been on social media this week is that they've been checking people's reservations when they get on the buses at Disney Springs before they let them go to the hotels.
Yeah. But we do have friends over there that are actually, we're recording this on March 30th. And our friend Samantha Carpin, this came up on another group and she said, no, I haven't been checked at all. And several other people chimed in and they're there now and said, no, I haven't. They're not checking. So maybe it's just random.
On what resort you're going to.
Yeah.
If you're going to a resort that's near a park or one of the resorts with the Easter egg displays, I think that's what they're worried about. But I think you can still get to them from a park.
Just not Disney Springs. From Disney Springs?
Guess, because parking is free at Disney Springs.
Right.
And people take advantage and they go to the park, which is a giant waste of time on your vacation. You have to go to a resort, and then go to a park. There's no direct buses from Disney Springs to the parks.
Yeah.
So it's a huge chunk of time in the morning and then at night.
Right. And time is money.
Oh, yeah.
And time is time. It's taken away from time in the parks.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to weigh it out. Is it really worth it?
I don't know. But I also think it's unethical that they charge $35 for parking, because those parking lots were paid for a long time ago. I mean, I know they repave them and stuff, but $10, not $35 for every car in that parking lot every day, 365 days a year.
It's gotten silly. It really has. It's gotten.
How much money is that? I mean, I don't know how many spots there are, but
those parking lots are full. Because if you're not, we're semi-local, so we drive there all the time, and those parking lots are packed.
Right.
That's a lot of money. They're and it's just like nickel and dime. Like, really, do you really need that much more?
Okay, if you parked your car at Disney every day for a year, it would be $12,775.
Okay, that's a little extreme.
So that's just one car. Multiply that by 4 parks.
Yeah.
That's millions and millions of dollars they make in parking.
Sure, absolutely. Everybody complains. When the annual pass is. What's that? Say that again.
It might be billions. I don't know how many spots there are.
Oh yeah, there's a lot. They're making they're making some bank off of that.
How many parking spots are there at Walt Disney World? What'd you find on the web? You didn't show it to me. How many parking spots are there at Walt Disney World? How many somebody put it up. Somebody put it on a. Magic Kingdom has 12,000. Epcot has 13,000. Hollywood and Animal Kingdom have about 7,000. So
let's just do half of one of those, just to be really, really, really nice to Disney. Or just kind of do it.
13,000. It's about 39,000 spots times $35 times 365. Oh my God. $500 million. It's 498,225,000. So it's $500 million a year in parking spots if every spot is full.
Okay, so let's just
every day
be real nice to them and just say half of that. Still 200 million.
250 million.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's a lot of money.
$250 million.
That's a lot of money just for parking. And a lot of those are what do you call it?
The premier
parking, $50, whatever it is, preferred parking. Mm-hmm. At $50, what is it? What is preferred parking now? 50, 65?
I think it's 50.
50? And there's a lot of preferred parking. A lot of people, because I see a lot of people with their blinkers on when we go in. And that means you're going through the preferred parking when they tell you to put your blinkers on so they know.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a lot of cash, man. And, the annual pass holders, there's a lot of annual pass holders.
That's true.
But
so they get in for free.
That's why I said, let's just cut that in half. So that's why we came. So that's $250 though.
So $250 million a year.
Exactly.
Instead of $500 million.
They need it, Tony Ann. They need it.
Oh yes, yes. Because Josh has his jean budget.
Well, that's why I said if they just go through their whole their inventory of food and just up everything 25 cents, just everything, like every single thing from ice creams to cookies to popcorn, everything, just 25 cents. You know how much money that is?
A million.
Oh, yes. It's a lot of money. I mean, and even like annual pass holders. And that's why we always say, because everybody's, okay, that's it. I'm done. They raised my annual pass $7. I'm like, whatever, $7. That's not even a hot dog at Disney. Come on. Right, really? You're going to pay that for a hot dog. Just stop. But now think about $7 and how many annual pass holders there are. How many ask the internet how many annual passes are there?
How many annual pass holders are there at Walt Disney World?
We're going to blow up Disney. Oh, Josh is going to be so mad at us when he's going to be stomping his foot right now when he's listening to us. We're giving it all away.
Siri doesn't know. How many
Approximately.
Precise official numbers for Disney annual pass holders is not publicly disclosed.
Of course not.
However, it is estimated that Walt Disney World pass holders make up a high percentage, potentially over 3/4 of park traffic at certain periods.
Wow. Okay, let's just break this down. How many, on an average, how many people go to, let's just pick Magic Kingdom because it's the most popular part. How many people frequent Magic Kingdom each day, approximately? Let's see if it'll give us that.
I'm not sure. It says Disneyland has about 1 million pass holders, and I think Disney World has more pass holders than Disneyland.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, because no, I don't know, because Disneyland is really made up of locals. There's more locals at Disneyland than there is at Disney World.
Right.
So I don't know.
But we know a lot of out-of-state pass holders at Disney World.
Yeah. Okay, so how many did you say there are? About 1 million there?
About 1 million pass holders at Disneyland.
Okay, well, let's just say 1.5 million.
Okay.
Okay. Times 7.
Yeah. 7.5 million.
So, okay. So, yeah, it made that just by raising $7 per annual pass.
Yeah.
So, is Josh the man? Is he Salamek? Is he Il Echelon?
What? Are you speaking French?
Yes, that's French. He's the man, and he's charming because he was just in France with Macron.
Yes, he was just in France opening up Adventure World.
Yeah. So yeah,
which is I think the new name for the Disney Studios over there.
Salamek Il Echelon. Yep.
Okay.
He's the man. He's charming. You didn't know I could speak French. Not good, but I butcher it.
I didn't know you could speak French.
Oh, merci.
Oui. So, yeah, they make a lot of money on parking. That was my whole point. They make a lot of money on parking.
No, Tony, and they make a lot of money on everything.
My daughters and I are going on a trip in a few weeks. Mm-hmm. And I went on Thrill Data, which is a website that tells you estimated wait times, and it tells you the price of how much lightning lanes are every day on the calendar. And I added up every lightning lane I wanted to do. And it was for 3 days, for the three of us, it was going to be over $500. And I just couldn't justify it. So I'm like making cuts. I think I'm cutting Tron, because I think Tron is like $22 when I want to go. And I'm probably not going to do Rise. I'm probably going to do single rider for Rise, which I really didn't want to do because I wanted the girls to get the whole experience. I think when you do single rider, it goes right to the Stormtrooper room, right?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, we just did it last time we were there. It goes right to the Stormtrooper room.
Yeah.
And, you're missing that front part, which is kind of cool. Mm-hmm. But, you're right. Is it worth, what is it?
$75.
It's Star Wars it averages between 22 to 25. So, right. Is it worth $75 to see that little opening part?
Right.
Yeah. But that's another thing. They're all going up. I mean, everything's going up with these prices, Lightning Lane passes. I mean, at Magic Kingdom, per person, the Lightning Lane multi-pass is $45 per person, Tony Ann. So think, a family of 4. That's a lot of money. Yeah. And then all the other ones, like all these major rides that are like Seven Dwarfs, Tron, Guardians, Star Wars, Avatar, they're all average in between, say, $19 to $25 a piece.
Yeah.
Depending on what time of year you're going.
Right. But I'm finding that they're up there. Mm-hmm. We're going after Easter, when the Easter crowds died down a little bit, but still, it's going to be a lot for the lightning lanes. And I'm excited. I'm doing. I got a new program. It's actually a competitor of Standby Skipper. It's called Wait Magic. It's put out by Thrill Data, and the thing about Standby Skipper is Standby Skipper only makes day of lightning lanes. They only work on your problem for the day of. Whereas Wait Magic, as soon as I buy my lightning lanes, they will start modifying them, trying to get better times for me. So if I have Slinky Dog at 8:00 at night, it will keep working, refreshing all week long until I get there to try to get Slinky Put Dog in the morning. And people swear by it. People are like,
Really?
yeah, it's great. And then it'll make, once you get to the park and you tap into your first one, it'll make more for you.
Well, then why doesn't Standby
So-
Skipper do that?
What's that?
Why doesn't Standby Skipper do that?
I don't know. Standby Skipper just works day of. It starts working at midnight
Well,
the night before.
now they got competition. What's the price-wise, though?
people-
Is it compared to Standby Skipper?
It's about the same price. I got the 1 year subscription. Standby Skipper was $45 for a week for up to 12 people. I don't remember what Weight Magic charges for the week, but I got the year because it was $70 for the whole year for up to 20 people. And you can make different groups of people.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm figuring you guys go, you can use it.
So you don't have to use the same people. You can actually just
Right.
add
And that's
people.
how I travel.
Right.
One trip I go with my kids,
Right.
one trip I go with my friends.
True, right.
So
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll find out. We'll find out here, and you'll have to let us know how
Yeah.
it goes.
But, so in 2 weeks we'll see. But
Well, see, now I'm going to have to go back to Disney now. See?
yeah,
Like
but
I said-
you gotta spring for the lightning lanes too.
Yeah, see, I don't know. I think we're just going to stick with Disney Springs for a while and the resorts.
Okay.
And then when it cools off, we'll start going back to the parks.
Yeah.
But,
So-
we always say that, Tony, and then we always end up doing it. We'll be buying an annual pass here in a month.
I know.
Watch.
I know.
Yeah.
I was looking this week, since I'm going in a few weeks, at the different prices of gift cards, Disney gift cards. If you buy Disney gift cards with the red card at Target, you get 5% off. I was trying to find the best deal. And I looked at Sam's Club and I looked at BJ's, and I don't have a Costco membership, so I didn't look at Costco. There's not one close to us. So BJ's had a good deal for the $150 card. They charge $141.25. And it came to like almost a 6% savings, which is higher than the red card and higher than anything that Sam's Club had. But like you have to compare every price to every, like there was a $75 gift card for like 60 something, but it wasn't as good a deal. When you have to like do math and figure out what's the best percentage. And that 150 was the best percentage. It was better than the 500. It was so BJ's $150 increment
Okay.
was the best deal I could find right now. So.
Yeah, you heard it here, Josh.
When we had Kroger left Florida, but when we had Kroger, you would get like double gas points and stuff when you bought gift cards. But Kroger has left the state.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm surprised because they were really big
I'm
here.
very sad about that.
Oh, well, they were very large here. I'm surprised they left because I don't know what happened.
Yeah, it has to do with it's political. It's they were bought by another company, and I guess there's like competition, and they left a few states.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
But it was, the city of Groveland, where that big warehouse is, which is the size of 7 IKEAs, they've got this huge building that's empty, and they gave them big tax incentives. So the city of Groveland is suing Kroger because they gave them like $3 million in tax cuts, budget, tax breaks.
And if you don't know, Groveland is a very small little town.
Oh yeah, it's a little teeny
and so
town.
they probably
Doesn't have-
employed a lot of people there.
Oh yeah. When the guys from Kroger came the last month, Rich and I always talked to them, and we always thanked them and told them how much we're going to miss them and everything. And one of the last guys that came said, "You don't understand. I live in Groveland. There's no grocery stores. This was our grocery store. We don't have, it's kind of one of those food deserts. There's no So they were so excited when Kroger came because they not only did they work for Kroger, but that's where they shopped.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, and it's we go through there every time we go to Disney. Mm-hmm. That's how we get there. We go
that's
through
where Rich's Fried Chicken comes from.
Right. That's what we go through. And I will tell you, that little town There's a lot of traffic there. If you hit it at the right time, it's bad.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a little bitty tiny. I don't even know
It's
how
like
big.
a two stoplight, two traffic light town.
Look at the population of Groveland real quick. See what it is.
Oh.
What
is the population of Groveland, Florida? 18,505 people.
There you go. 18,000 people. That's a small little town.
Yeah.
And thousands of them will probably work there at that big factory, that place.
Yeah. Yeah, because it was just delivery. They were that town is in the middle of the state, and it was like Willy Wonka. Every morning the trucks would leave and go all over Florida, and then at the end of the day they'd come back to Groveland.
Yep.
And they would, so it was it wasn't the most like, if I realize now I'm out of milk, I can call Publix. You could Instacart at Publix, and they'll bring it like in an hour. Kroger took a little planning because you couldn't get a delivery you had to do it for tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So I would just keep a shopping list. As I ran out of things, I would just put them in my cart and on my phone.
Right.
And then they would come on the weekend or something. Yeah. But I miss because a lot of stuff, they had good sales.
Yeah. And when you get used to something like that, right, and it's taken away, it's kind of a bummer. And it's a bummer for all the people that work there too. And that little town's going to suffer.
Yeah.
I mean, but they could have done a little bit more. I mean, I was always little, every time I went through there, I'm like, come on, Groveland, really? Because like some of the lights are so quick. I'm like, are you kidding me? This light should be a little bit longer because you get 3 people through and then all of a sudden it would change. I'm like, what are you?
Yeah. Well, that's the light at the end of my street here.
Yeah.
That light by Burger King.
Oh, so crazy.
It's really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a shame. It's just a shame for the people of the city. So.
Well, we got off the tracks there. We went off the tracks.
Yeah, we took totally off track talking about Kroger.
Welcome to the
Disney
Disney
but I was
Crush.
saying the gift card. I know our friend Chris Futrell does that with the gift cards. He gets the gas points at Kroger. He talks about it on his podcast.
Yeah.
So anyway, David, what else you got? Did you hear? Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, did you hear about the Disney Legends for 2026?
Yeah. I mean,
I think it's a really good list.
I would have to probably agree with that. And didn't you just mention something about that this recently?
I did in our group. I mentioned because I've been saying for a couple of years that I actually said last year that in the next class of Legends, which is 2026, Alan Tudyk better be in it, and he is. He is in fact in it. We got Chris Berman, the sportscaster, Jerry Bruckheimer, who's he's a producer and a director, right? Jerry Bruckheimer. Susan Egan was the original voice of Belle in the movies. Eric Goldberg is an animator. Anne Hathaway, the actress who did The Princess Diaries. Some guy named Bob Iger. Never heard of him.
No, really.
Kim Irvine, who is an Imagineer, and she's made all those documentaries, the Imagineering story and the new one about Disneyland. Have you watched the Disneyland one yet? It's really good. You should watch it.
I don't think so.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Yeah. He's Maui, if you don't know, people.
Oh, yeah. He's got some beautiful hair now. You know that, right? You know The Rock just got hair implants, right?
Yeah. Lin-Manuel Miranda, who did the music for Encanto and Moana. He did the music for Moana too, yeah. And then Alan Tudyk, who has had a voice. Remember for a while, John Ratzenberger was in like every Pixar movie? Alan Tudyk is in most Disney movies, and you don't even realize. Like, we've talked about how he's the voice of Hey Hey. He makes the bird sounds. But he's also the Duke of Wesselton, who dances like with the face of a monkey. I don't remember what the line is. Yeah, no, my favorite show on recent television has been his show Resident Alien. It ended this year. It was the last season, but it was a really, really good show. But yeah. Well,
good. It's good to have some very talented, cool people be recognized for their accomplishments. And
is Phil Collins a Disney legend? He did Brother Bear, Tarzan.
Well, he did the scores.
I'm just looking because
yeah, he's done quite a bit.
I'm looking at the list. Past Disney legends include Yes, he was inducted in 2002. Good. I don't want Phil getting jilted. He's
Wow, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying that.
He's got some medical problems. He's getting up there.
Mm-hmm.
I just saw a very sad thing with him recently. His son, his drum set was somewhere, and he ended up getting it and bringing it to his house, his dad's house, Phil's house, and setting it up for him after years and years and years. And they brought him in, and he just sat down and he picked up the sticks and he just like tapped on the top. What's it called? Top hi-hat. Tapped on, just tapped on it a couple times, and then went okay, and just kind of got up and walked off. Like
muscle memory.
Like I thought he was going to break into some banging music, and he just kind of like, yeah. I think it was a very, it had to be emotional for him, but I was kind of feeling it for him. Like, oh man, yeah, it was sad.
Yep.
Anyway, got off the tracks again. There you go.
Yeah, so I'm excited about that group, and that reminds us that D23 is coming this summer, and hopefully there'll be some news about when some of this stuff in Disney World is going to open. Buzz Lightyear's been doing some soft openings. It officially opens on April 8th, but I've been seeing that it's been open this week for just regular guests, unofficially.
Everybody seems pretty excited about it. A lot more excited than I thought. Yeah. People are really excited about it. Even Veronica.
You go in it as long as she doesn't spin you around.
Yeah. Don't do that whole spin thing on me, because then I might hurl. All right, Tony Ann, anything else?
Oh, tasty snack alert at Epcot. For $8.50, they now have chewy pretzel bites at Block and Hands in the American Pavilion. So it's a bag of soft pretzel nuggets and a little cup of house-made beer cheese to dip them in. And so for $8.50, you can go get these pretzel nuggets.
I wonder how much you get. Little nuggets.
You don't like pretzels?
Well, they actually look pretty good. I mean, pretzels are good. And they got that salt on them. No, pretzels are good. No, yeah, I like mustard on it.
I saw a thing on Facebook this week. Somebody was saying how they finally tasted a Mickey pretzel and they were unimpressed. I don't like Mickey pretzels either. I feel like they're too doughy.
What's a Mickey pretzel?
The pretzel that's shaped in the Mickey head.
Oh, I've never had one of those.
Because the face part is one big block of dough. I just don't. I like the ones like in Germany. Mm-hmm. They're a little harder and they're bigger. Or Baseline Tap House.
Yeah, I've had both of those. And those, you're right. Yeah, the one in Germany is good.
Yeah.
Agree. It's big too.
Yeah, but the one they sell around the parks that's shaped like Mickey's head, it's doughy.
Okay. So. Maybe we've had it before and we don't do it anymore. I know because Veronica's a big fan of pretzels. But yeah, I don't remember. So it's not like cookie dough, because raw cookie dough is good.
No, it's not like cookie dough.
Okay.
It's like
I figured maybe a little raw pretzel might be good.
Raw bread dough.
Yeah. Okay. Oh.
Not my favorite. So anyway, David, I think that's everything that I had this week.
Let's leave on a little bit of on this day in history.
Okay.
In 1998. What can we call this? We could call this little thing. And now some useless Disney information just for you. In 1998, you might know this already. Okay. In 1998, an accidental command at Pixar began deleting Toy Story 2. Have you ever heard this story?
No.
Nearly 90% of the film vanished in seconds. Those computers, we deal with it all the time doing this podcast. Little things happen. And, even on this podcast. Mm-hmm.
Oh, we've lost files and...
Oh, we've lost all kind of stuff. I mean, we both forgot to push record today.
Yes,
and we're
we did.
like, so it's like, luckily we were only into it for a few minutes, but still, things happen. But anyway, let me start over. In 1998, an accidental command, because I got off the tracks again, an accidental command at Pixar began deleting Toy Story 2. Nearly 90% of the film vanished in seconds, and all backups were corrupted. Months of work were gone. Then they remembered that Kaylin Sussman, working from home after having a baby, had a full copy on her personal computer. Pixar rushed to retrieve it, saving the film, which later earned $497 million worldwide.
Oh
Years later, she was laid off. In 2024, Pixar cut 14% of its workforce, including her. She saved $1 billion legacy, but the legacy didn't save her.
Oh, man.
Yeah, how's that for a... Yeah,
Thank
this
you.
and...
Find how
thank
you do.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway, so that's it. So I'll leave you with that. Got to come up with a name for this little segment.
Yeah.
Got some more too.
Disney useless facts.
Disney, and that was Disney's useless facts. But it wasn't useless for Kaylin Sussman.
Music for useless facts.
Useless facts from the Disney Crush.
Oh well, David. So you're back on the beach, right?
Yes, we are back safe and sound. Nothing burned up. We were lucky. First time ever being at a Walmart, sleeping at a Walmart. It was very actually it wasn't bad at all. It was we have a very beautiful Walmart. Have some beautiful oak trees that our dog Hunter went and took a nice smelly potpourri and poopery, a nice smelly poopery, and yeah,
good.
It was nice. Actually, it's not so bad. Now I see why people do it. We had a few other people that were there with us, so we didn't get to see them or introduce ourselves to them, but they were there.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, everybody, thank you so much for listening to our show this week, and we will see you next time on the Disney Crush podcast. I didn't mean to hit the music.
No, that's okay. Actually, keep playing it. Actually, let me see what happens here. Go ahead. Thanks for joining. We appreciate you guys, and continue listening to the Disney Crush podcast, your one-stop Disney podcast for all things Disney. We might ramble. We might go off the train. We might go off the racks. We might go off the track, but we get right back on. So don't you fret. And Tony Ann, she likes to circle back. But the thing is, she circles back and she's right back on track.
Bye.
Then that's it. All right.
Turkey and truth has spoken!
Put a check on that. Can you do that, Dave? Can you put a check on that one?